Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. I wasn't going to do a video tonight, but I just finished watching the Star Wars Rebels mid-season episode, the second story arc in the mid-season premiere. There are only 3 episodes left in the entire series. Now I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh that's awesome because I want it to die. But if you are an avid fan like I am, you've gone through all of the crap, all of the frustration, and it is awesome. Guys, if you haven't seen the episode yet, if you are waiting to see it till later, I'm not even going to edit this video. I was going to wait till tomorrow to do it. I am way too stoked. I am way too excited about this entire plot structure. Now, again, if you haven't seen it, stop this video now. If you don't care about Star Wars Rebels, stop this video now. I don't care, won't take offense. But if you are even remotely curious how Star Wars is potentially changing and how Star Wars Rebels affects the greater universe, then stay tuned. I will give you a few moments. Spoiler alert. I'm just going to throw it out there. So again, spoiler alert, because it's happening. It is happening. It is happening. Okay, first thing to take notice of. Episodes from the mid-season premiere all the way through this should probably be watched in one long, continuous stream. It is the story of Kanan's ultimate sacrifice for his family, essentially, and the redemption of the last lesson that is taught to his Padawan, and that is he needs to let go. He needs to be able to say, hey, stop trying to save everyone. You can't save everyone. The first 2 episodes were really powerful, but it just seemed like there was something missing. To me, I mean, they were powerful moments. If you haven't seen the premiere, again, spoiler, Kanan Jarrus dies. That's not something that we shouldn't have expected. That's not something that you shouldn't have seen coming. In fact, throughout the episode, it's telegraphed. Kanan is going to die. He is going to leave this mortal realm, or the realm that he was in at the time of this shooting, or the time of the filming, right? Or whatever. At the time of the story, Kanan knew he was going to die. He knew it, right? There's a lot that goes into it. I'm sure that I'm missing a great deal of information, but Kanan knew he was going to die, and he knew that he was going to sacrifice himself. 2, Ezra knows now that he can't save everyone, right? He can save certain people, which is just setting us up for quite possibly other deaths in the Star Wars Rebels family. We know that Hera survives. We know that Chopper survives. We don't know about anyone else. 3, we know what happened shortly before Ahsoka walks into the Jedi Temple. She wasn't walking into her doom. She was walking into an area to find a way out. Ahsoka lives. I'm so excited. I'm so stoked. Now, Ahsoka is definitely one of the best characters that has come out of the new canon. Technically, she's still new canon because, you know, Clone Wars, you know, the books that have come out. She is hands down one of my favorite characters. Definitely one of the coolest in the galaxy. So I'm curious. There's no way. I would be flat out shocked that if Ahsoka shows back up in these next 3 episodes, the final 3 episodes, it would be crazy for me to believe that she is going to show up, quite possibly just to be killed off. Ahsoka's going to have more journeys. Ahsoka's going to have more character development. This also brings into the concept when Yoda was saying there is another, was he talking about Princess Leia, or was he quite possibly talking about Ahsoka? Because who knows? Now there is another out there. You know, maybe they're referring to Leia. Who knows? I mean, you know, Mary Poppins, Leia, whatever, but still possible, right? It could now be Ahsoka. It could be Ahsoka goes off and starts training other Jedi. It could be Ahsoka and Ezra get together and they train other Jedi. Maybe the baby that Luke has isn't Rey. Maybe Ahsoka and Luke hook up, right? Who knows? That would be pretty sweet. I mean, Luke's got to get his jollies off somehow, right? And Ahsoka, she needs love. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I'm really, really excited for the potential. Now, the biggest takeaway, the greatest takeaway about this entire thing is, as we've always known, the Force is connected. The Force connects us all and it binds us and so on and so forth. There has now been a way to retcon Star Wars, and Disney and Lucas or whoever is behind the scenes has now introduced a way to retcon the entire Star Wars universe. So this episode showed us what happens if someone opens the portal from one temple to another. Now, whether you like that or not, whether you like that concept or not, they have just created a way to fix all of their mistakes, right? And so the canon that exists, right? The canon that exists in the past, the old canon, quite possibly could have been effed with by someone who went into the temple in a way, like Ezra did tonight, pulled one person out of the past, changed one thing, right? You step on a butterfly in Indonesia and a tsunami destroys the world, and it's the butterfly effect, right? That kind of thing. Is that what happened to the greater canon? I don't know, but it makes sense that it would be. It makes sense that that's now the concept. Could we see Luke having been pulled out of that concept? And that final scene of the Jedi Temple, of The Last Jedi, with Luke on the Jedi Temple or in the Jedi Temple, is that how they force travel? Is that how they project themselves into other ways? Was Luke, who had visited other temples, we know that he visited other temples, we know that he studied the Force through other characters, so far, I mean, or through other books, through other concepts. Did Luke use this temple idea, this concept of the temple idea, to fight Kylo Ren? Was that what Rey was seeing? Was Rey in between worlds? This, I think, really puts into this changes in my mind what they can do. Now, whether that's for the better or for the worse, whether that's good or bad, I have no idea. Time will tell. I'm really, however, excited about the implications of this. Unfortunately, the implications are, hey, we can retcon the whole damn thing. And that would be frustrating, because as much as I am frustrated with the sequel trilogy and hearing what could have happened with it versus hearing or seeing what did happen with it, it's frustrating, right? I mean, having that, ignorance would have been bliss, but I'm too curious for my own good, and I'm really excited. Now, I will say, because of the events that took place in Rebels, because of what this potentially means, I'm gonna go back and have to watch the whole freaking series again. Not to mention at least the Mortis story arc, if not all of Clone Wars again, which, Clone Wars is great, so it's not a huge thing. But there is additional information here. There is so much more that we don't have. Now, I don't know if you've seen it, if you've watched it, what do you think? Because this, I think, is a game changer. This is a huge wrench in the system as to what can be done in Star Wars. I'm going to have to rewatch these episodes, and someone who's got a better ear than me is going to have to listen for all of those voices that Ezra was hearing. I mean, we heard Obi-Wan Kenobi. We heard Leia. I'm pretty sure we heard Luke. We definitely heard Yoda. We heard Vader and Palpatine and a ton of other characters. Who did I miss? I know I heard old Ben. but who did I miss? Because they are great about leaving little small tiny Easter eggs throughout stuff like this that people will pick up on, and I just wasn't able to listen as intently as I possibly could have. But man, I'm excited because this means a lot. This could potentially change a great deal, and specifically could change a lot about the meaning of the events in Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now, it still doesn't make up for the whole Rose and Finn fiasco. It doesn't make up for Cobalt Squadron, which, sorry, huge missed opportunity. If you liked it, I'm sorry. I didn't care for it. Not that the book was poorly written. It was on par with some Star Wars novels, but it really could have made Rose Tico a more lovable character. She's still falling flat for me. But what does this mean for the greater canon? And I cannot wait for the series finale of Star Wars Rebels. If you saw the episode, what did you think? Did I miss out on something? Were you as excited as I was after watching it? Oh my gosh, I literally stopped breathing for about a minute. Maybe figuratively stopped breathing for about a minute. All right, figuratively, I stopped breathing for about a minute. There were definitely moments that made the first two episodes of the last half of the season so much more valuable. So much more valuable. Because it added more, just so much more, everything more. And I cannot wait for the season finale and the series finale. Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, stay nerdy. How do I turn this damn thing?